Welcome to another Monday Blitz. As we continue this exploration of the book of 1 Samuel, there is one thing we can certainly say. 1 Samuel is not a tame or quiet book. 1 Samuel brings all sorts of challenges to the spiritual experience. And if we really wrestle with this, I think it's a chance for us to really study and explore our own hearts and minds. And where are we with God? How do we respond when God challenges us? And today, as we look at this next chapter, 1 Samuel chapter 28, it's a difficult chapter. It's a painful chapter to read. It's a sad chapter to read as we have King Saul coming to the end of his life. He has seen Samuel die, and in response to that, he kicks all the witches, the mediums, the spiritualists, all those that were bringing satanic influences into the nation. He kicks them all out. And yet then, as the Philistines come to attack and destroy Saul and Israel, Saul in desperation comes up with this solution. Find a medium. Find someone who speaks to the spirits, to the evil spirits, to Satan's angels, the demons. Go to them to find an answer. They too will be able to direct him in what is really taking place in this experience. And in that desperation, Saul has turned not to God. Well, he tries, but he feels like God is silent. And in the rush and desperation, he needs an answer now. Man, that really hit me. I need an answer now. That's Saul's struggle. And in desperation, he goes to the only source he can think of to solve his problem. I wonder about my life and your life. Are there times when we want an answer? We feel like we deserve an answer. We deserve to have something stated and confirmed in our lives. And when God doesn't give that answer right at that moment, we begin to find other ways to try to find it. Maybe we try to solve it ourselves, fix it ourselves. I know I go through these times where things just aren't adding up, and I start coming up with ideas, and I'm ready to jump right into them, and I'm going to fix this problem. I'm going to solve this issue in my life. And usually it's because I'm not willing to wait. I'm not willing to be patient and see if God has something. In this story, we know Saul turns to the medium or witch there in Endor. Endor is an interesting city. Endor was the city, one of the cities that Joshua and the judges after him never destroyed, right there in the middle of Galilee. So right in the middle of Israel is one of these Canaanite cities that has never been conquered. And here Saul now takes this opportunity, following in that same vein of incompleteness with God, never fully following, never fully committing to God, never fully just trusting in God. Saul goes to a place where Israel had left undone their following of God. And I wonder if sometimes we fall back on some of the parts of our lives where they haven't been completely surrendered to God. We haven't, it's undone. It's not finished. We haven't fully surrendered that part of our life to God. And when things get difficult, we turn to those places trying to find the answers instead of waiting for God to truly speak. Sometimes His silence is just a time for us to examine ourselves, to reflect, to self-reflect on what is it that we're seeking. Are we seeking a solution? Or are we trying to escape God's truth? Are we seeking an answer? Or are we avoiding what God has already told us? And I wonder for you what that looks like. It's somewhat scary as I look at my life. What is it that God might just be asking? What might God's silence mean in my life when it's silence that I'm hearing? But instead of turning to self or turning to things we know to be not God's way, let us try to be patient and wait upon the Lord, for He does renew our strength. if we simply wait on Him. Until next time.